Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Crystal. We're getting ready. As you can see, I have done the same thing I did last week during my Get Ready With Me. I've already done this eye. We're gonna do this eye together and let's jump right on in. Guys, this might be TMI, but it is that time of the month and your girl, we are not feeling 100. We are feeling like 25. Yeah, we'll make it. We'll be good. So anyways, we're doing the tape thing again because it is just quick, it is easy, and it makes life easier. Don't we all need life to be a little bit easier right now? I know every time I have like this, I guess it's an app, I don't know. I think it came on my phone whenever I got it, but it's like a little news thing. And I did not download it. Like I said, I think it came on my phone, but it sends me news updates. And sometimes those news updates are negative. And I'm talking about like, thank you for depressing me for the day. I appreciate that. Let's see. This tape is kind of moving around. It's irritating the shit out of my eye right now. I like to use, like medical tape. Like they would use if they were taping, I don't know, like gauze to your arm or something. I had some of that at one point, and I would use that for my tape because it works so much better. Hold on. Yep, that's what I thought. It's not gonna work. I gotta get another piece of tape. We're gonna do another piece of tape because that one had moved up. As you can see, it's not at the corner of my eye, so we're just gonna pop another piece. I like to take the tape, put it on the back of my hand just to help it not be so sticky. And then we're gonna redo this. There we go. Now we got it. All right. Anyways, so every time it gives me a little news blurb, I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't need anything else that's gonna make me, you know, more anxious, worried, depressed, you know, all that good shit. Like, calm down. Okay, so first, just to let you know, I used Good Vibes. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Divine Neutrals palette. I used Good Vibes. Then I used Boo Bear. That's what I'm using right now. And I'm going to go in with Cinnamon Roll and darken it up a little bit. This is a really easy look. Really, really easy. As long as you make sure you get a little blend. Once I deposit the shadow on my lid, I like to kind of work it up just a little bit. So I have a little bit, you know, of a blend. And then I'll take the first brush. I'm not adding anything extra and just kind of blend those edges. And then I'm going to take pretty much all of these 4 shimmers and I'm just going to start applying them to the lid. And that's what I did for the other eye. I just started applying shimmers willy-nilly until it turned into a color that I really liked. So, what is going on with everybody? How are you? I feel like this week has been quite the week over here at the Xoxo household, just because this has been like Sophia's first week of big girl homework type of situation. That's it for the eye look, by the way. Like I told you, easy. Especially if you do the tape. No time at all. And it looks like you worked way harder than you did. Oh, wait, I did forget one thing. Hold on. I'm going to use Chic Happens right here in a flat little brush. And I'm gonna highlight underneath my brow. Just like so. There we go. And I'm gonna kind of retouch this side a bit. There we go. And then I'm going to take the first brush that we use and just kind of go between the light color and the other just to make sure it's done. Okay, now we're good. We're going to curl the lashes. Okay, I have a question. Does anybody watch the new Kardashians show on Hulu? Like, is it worth... I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I just haven't in a long time. I don't know. I just got kind of over how it just seemed like less about their lives and them doing silly shit and more about just drama. I don't know. Okay. Liner is done. We're good with that. Now we're going to apply mascara like so. Guys, I'm telling you, if you do not... I know this mascara is pricey, and if I could find a drugstore dupe, goodness knows I would use it. But this mascara just does things for my lashes that no other mascara does. And honestly, I don't know if it's the formula, if it's the brush, or just a combination of the two. But this mascara just does things for my lashes that no other mascara does. And then we're going to take our lash and pop her on. Super quick and easy. I'm telling you, this is a really cute look, which I'm going to tell you, most people probably would not wear this during the day. Me, I don't care. Okay? I'll wear a dark smoky eye to Walmart at 8 a.m. I don't care. Life is what you... Life is... It's fleeting. Do you. Be happy. Wear a smoky eye to Walmart at 8 a.m. Go to lunch with a smoky eye. Actually, this isn't that... It isn't that much, okay? I mean, it's just a little dark. It's okay, though. Okay. So what is everyone going to be for Halloween? Leave it in the comments down below. I need to know. I was going to dress up with my kids, but now Sophia's an eyeball and Max is a creeper. So I'm just going to look like that strange lady that wanted to wear a costume and go around with her kids if I dress up now. But we'll see. All right, I look done. And I just realized that I started talking about Sophia and her first big girl week of like homework and stuff, and I just did not elaborate. I'm just spraying some face mist on this so I can clean. Oh, okay, that made it worse. Hold on. This one I don't mind, like, really kind of wasting because it's cheaper. I mean, I like the Morphe one. Okay, you know what? It is what it is. When we blend, we'll just put, that's the wrong lid. I like the Morphe setting spray, but it is cheaper than the Pixie, so I would rather, yeah, anyways. Use makeup remover, it's easier. But anywho, so, day before yesterday, she comes home, and she has a book she has to finish reading, and she had a practice math test, and she pretty much worked from the time she got home till she had to get ready for bed on homework stuff. And she has ADHD, so that's a big deal for her to be working that long on homework, sitting in one spot. So I'm very, very proud of her. And then last night she came home and she had math homework, and the book that she had to finish, she had 48 slides of questions that she had to answer about the book. And she had been working at the desk for hours. And finally I was like, Sophia, is all of that, like, how much more do you have left? And she said, well, I'm on slide 14 and there's 48 slides. And I said, is that due tomorrow? And she said, no. And I was like, all right, when's it due? And she said, next week. And I said, okay, honey, you need to step away from the computer. You need to go do something enjoyable and stop working on that for a bit, like for the night. You need to be done. Because she was going to burn herself completely out. I'm the same way. When I start something, I want to finish it. But 48 slides, finishing all 48 of those slides in one night, like honey bun. Woo! Something is making my eyes water. I've used this concealer many, many times. It's never done that. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, so she stepped away from the computer for the night. And I told her, I was like, you can finish or you can work on it more tomorrow night and over the weekend and stuff. Like, it's not a big deal. Don't feel like you have to finish all 48 slides tonight. So she did homework for hours. And this is the first year that she's had like serious amount of homework and stuff. So I'm very, very proud of her. It would be difficult for a lot of people to sit for hours. After sitting at school all day, that's like going to your office job and working all day and then coming home and sitting down at a computer and working for a couple more hours. Like, you got to give your brain a break. It's healthy to get up, move around, do something enjoyable, not to completely burn yourself out. So anyways, I'm very proud of her. But it has been a lot. The book she had to finish, she read so much of it the night before, and it was like 8 o'clock. It was already past the time she normally gets in the bed. And I was like, all right, you can't stay up all night reading. This is what we're going to do. You're going to go to bed. And then in the morning, while you're eating breakfast and stuff, I'm going to read the rest of this book to you. So she comes downstairs and I make her breakfast, and I started reading that book. I think she had like 100 pages left, and at first I was like, how did you have so much left that you needed to read? But come to find out, they had been reading while they were at school every day since the beginning of the school year. And she had gotten sick, missed 2 or 3 days of school, and so she missed 2 or 3 days of reading in class. And I had no idea they were reading a book in class because she never told me. And so I was like, okay, if that happens again in the future, you ask the teacher to bring the book home on the weekend so you can catch up, so we don't have to do this again. So anyway, she had like 100 pages to catch up on. She read 50, and then the next morning there were like 50 left, and I was like, let's go. So I'm like reading through it. I got all but like 8 pages read, and then it was getting really close to time for us to leave, and I was like, all right, skipping to the end. So I skipped to the end of the book, and I read like the last couple of pages, and then I skimmed through what we didn't get to read, and I kind of just gave her like a brief description of what I could tell it was probably about, and which, now that she's back home with the book, I'm like, well, we didn't even need to kill ourselves to read that because you're home. We could have finished it today. But anyways, that's what she was doing the slides on, was that book. But, you know, it is what it is. At least I got to bring the book home to do the slides, because I don't remember getting to whenever I was in school, and we had like book things that we had to answer questions on. I don't remember the teacher letting us just have the book. Maybe they did, and I just don't remember. I know that in, I think maybe 7th grade, we had to start doing book journals. We had a teacher that had us do book journals, and we had to take these notebooks, and we had a certain amount of pages we had to read every night, and we had to journal about them. And we got graded on not only knowing what the book was about for those pages, but for journaling. And I guess there were questions. I don't really remember. Which, I didn't mind that kind of thing. I would rather that kind of work than math. Because, y'all, this girl calls me in there last night when she was doing her math homework, and she goes, I need some help. I said, well, what? She said, math. And I said, you didn't call the wrong person. It was like converting liters to milliliters. And I said, I'm going to be honest with you, dear. The only way I can really help you is if I just Google the answer. And she started laughing, and she was like, okay. I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to Google the answer, and then we're going to figure out together why that's the answer. So that's what I had to do. And then there was another word problem. And she was like, I need help with this. And I was like, all right, listen. You're getting past my scope of help. Like, can I help you? Can I help you with the book stuff? Not the math stuff. Math is not my thing. Okay, calculators exist for a reason. And she's over here with 4,723 divided by like 15 or something. And I'm like, no. And it's not just the math. It's the way they're doing it nowadays. When I was a kid, it was, here's 4,723 divided by 15. Do it. Okay? And, you know, there was a way to do long division, blah, blah, blah. But now they've got, like, this chart over to the side, and they're, like, rounding up this to this, and then they're counting by twos, and then they're over here, and then they're doing this, and then they're doing so many steps, and I'm like, you're doing so many unnecessary steps. Why? But that's why I can't help her very well, because I don't understand why they're doing all of these steps to get to the answer when there's a quicker route. You know, like there's a 20-mile route that gets from point A to point B, but there's also a 10-mile route through the center that gets you there quicker, but they're taking the 20-mile route, okay? So I don't understand what the heck is happening. I just know I'm glad she's good at math, because if she had to ask me for more help, we'd both be screwed. Does anybody else have kids that are in school still? And what do you think about the new way they're teaching things? Like, I don't know why they changed everything. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why are we, I mean, well, I don't know. Everybody my age is terrified of math and stuff, so maybe it was broken. I know that whenever I was in college, I had to take, like, intermediate algebra when I first got into college, because I was not good at math, okay? I barely passed college algebra in high school so I could graduate. That's how much I just am. My brain does not work like that. I had A's in everything else, and I had a D in college algebra in high school. And so I went into intermediate math whenever I started college. And there were so many other people in there with me. We all kind of sat down that first morning, and this guy looks at me and he goes, "What are you doing in dumb math?" I was like, and by the way, I don't think you're dumb if you have to take intermediate math. Obviously, I took it, and I'm not dumb. I just do not understand a lot of math. You can explain it to me till the cows come home, but I don't understand it. Like, I just don't. So I did great in intermediate math. The teacher was great. She broke down everything, like, she broke it down so simply, so easily, that it was easy to understand. And so I did great in that. The next semester, they're telling me, like, you're ready for college algebra, okie dokie, get into it. I go into college algebra and I learn on the first day that pretty much that's the only day we're going to be coming to class. The rest of the time, it's all just like he'll email us our homework, and then we come into a computer lab on Thursdays and take tests on a computer. And I'm like, where's the teaching? So I desperately tried to get into a math class where the teacher actually taught in a classroom, and none of them did. Okay? So I struggled and I failed miserably. And so I can't remember if I skipped college algebra the next semester and just didn't worry about it, but either the next semester or the next semester after that, I had to take it again because, I mean, I had to pass it. So, which is frustrating when you have A's and everything else, but you literally had to drop college algebra because you were failing it. So, I took it again, and I'm like, I need a class where they're going to teach me. And this teacher, we went to class like once a week. That wasn't enough for me. Like, we went to class once a week. The tests were still on the computer. And the thing is I needed some extra credit. I needed to be able to get points for working a problem correctly up to a certain point, even if the answer was wrong. And on a computer, you've got your paper and you're doing your problem, you're working out your problem, and then you have four choices for the answer. And if you went astray just a little bit and got the wrong answer on your problem, and that answer happened to be a choice, like, you're gonna answer it wrong. But what if your work was correct up until the end? You know what I mean? So I needed to be able to get partial credit. That's how I had slipped by in college algebra in high school, was partial credit. Also, that was my saving grace in intermediate math, because I would get partial credit for, the ones that I would get wrong. So anyways, I failed college algebra 2 times, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. That honestly was pretty much the deciding factor on why I decided to drop out of college and go to cosmetology school. Was because my self-esteem was beaten down so much from failing college algebra, not once, but twice. And I didn't have a scholarship. My dad was paying my tuition. My parents were paying my tuition. So I was just wasting money on that class. And I felt bad. So I dropped out. I wish I never would have. But, all paths lead to where I am now, so I guess that needed to have happened. I needed to have dropped out. Okay, so we've got blush, we've got bronzer, we've got concealer, we've got everything all nice and good. What do we need to do now? What are we on to? Let's dab a little bit of some highlight on the tipsy tip of the nose, like so. And we have to do bottom mascara. Forgot that we haven't done that yet, so we're going to do bottom mascara and try not to mess up any of our makeup in the process. There we go. And now we're going to do a lip. What lip do we want to do? Do we want to do a pinky lip? Do we want to do, what else do I have in here? Oh, we have a more nude. Do we want to do a more nude? Let's see. we'll just kind of do, would try both. Maybe we'll do a little bit of each. This is a Maybelline lip pencil, and I got these the other day. I swear I've tried these before, but now I'm wondering if I have, because I had tried this one out. This one's in the color Totally Toffee. I tried it out on my hand. I had to scrub that off my hand. Like, it was on there. So, impressive, Maybelline. Okay, so there is the nude color, and it is extremely nude. It's blending in with my foundation. It's so nude, so I'm going to go in with Totally Toffee as well. And just in case I forget to link these are the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liners. Okay? So just in case I forget to link this specific lip liner, because sometimes I don't, just because I feel like that's something that people are like, who gives a shit? Lip liner's lip liner. Okay, that one's very good. I like the Totally Toffee color. I thought this was going to be really dark, and like the color of the cap made it look like it was going to be really orangish, but like an orangey brown, but it's not. It's really nice. So now we're going to go in with this. This is the NYX Shine Loud like liquid lip situation, and I cannot for the life of me tell you what shade because I can't find it. I'll tell you one thing, that Totally Toffee lip liner goes really well with this lip, which makes me wonder if you should go by the color on the cap at all for these, because those don't look like they would match, but you know, it does, so woohoo. I'm not going to do the gloss because I still have to do my hair, and I'm going to wear my hair down because I washed it last night and I don't want it sticking, but the liquid lip is very, very lightweight. It's not super thick and goopy. It's not on my teeth or anything, so that's good. It didn't like go onto my teeth. It's pretty comfortable, so I like it. I approve. Okay, guys, that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if there are any looks or color themes or any ideas for makeup looks that you want to see, and I will do it in a future Get Ready with me, so just leave that in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so before you go, and I will see you next time. Bye.